Okay, hey folks. Oh boy, what have I got? 206 questions. I guess that's what I get for putting it off for over 2 weeks now. Oh, and I'm going to be changing it up a little bit. From now on, I'm not actually going to be playing a game as I answer the questions. I'm going to just be answering the questions, and then when I'm done, I'll splice in some random footage of me playing a random game. I know that's not as genuine or something, but it makes it a heck of a lot easier for me to do this. And plus now I can actually answer questions with links. But most of all, I won't be going quite as crazy. So, let's get started. Tattooed Yoshi asks, Espeon or Umbreon? I'd have to definitely go with Espeon on that one. Espeon has very good attack stats, whereas Umbreon has decent defense on special defense, but its attack stats are both really crap. So, I'd have to go with Espeon. Jack RC11 asks, okay, this is a long question, so get some popcorn and sit down. Which of these books, TV shows, movies, and games have you read, seen, played? I'll actually say the books, TV shows, movies, and games in the next question. Oh, okay. Okay, so here's the beginning of a long question. Books. Artemis Fowl series, Percy Jackson series, TV shows, The Big Bang Theory, movies, Happy Gilmore, Grown Ups, the 4 Futurama movies. The games will be on the next question. Games, Half-Life 2, Episode 1, 2 in the original, Portal, Portal 2, Homefront, Garry's Mod, Counter-Strike/Counter-Strike Source. Oh dear, let me go through that list. Yeah, let's see here. For books, none of them actually. For TV shows, yeah, The Big Bang Theory, I watch that regularly, I love it. For movies, I've seen Happy Gilmore, I've not seen Grown Ups. I've not seen any of the Futurama movies, and for games, just Portal out of all those. Yeah, okay, here we go. Roleplay Humor asks, you have been selected to lead the team of Bruce Lee, Goku, Blue from Pokemon, Doctor Who, Chuck Norris, Harry Potter, a lolly with the powers of Superman, and the 2010 Green Bay Packers. What do you do for your first mission? We steal a whole bunch of money, which I then use to just live out the rest of my life, and then the rest of the team can just go do whatever the hell they want. Except for the lolly. She can live with me. Roleplay Humor asks, I wonder, I do. What's in the Wonder Ball? I'll tell you what's in the Wonder Ball. Little pieces of really hard, crappy candy that are based on Disney characters. The freakiest one being Baby Simba's head. Disembodied head, I must add. And the Wonder Ball was basically just like a really crappy version of the Kinder Surprise, which actually contained a real honest-to-goodness toy. But the Wonder Ball just contained candy because they realized that American children are so stupid that if they have like a chocolate ball with something inside it, even if it's obviously a toy, they'll just go right ahead and eat it. Yeah, American children are stupid like that. Azure Dragonius asks, hit me! Your favorite anime, and if there is one, manga. My favorite anime is Cardcaptor Sakura, and my favorite manga is actually Azumanga Daioh. I have the whole set of that, and I'm really not up on current manga, or current anime for that matter, but I really dug the Azumanga Daioh manga. Roleplay Humor asks, what's generally What's generally worse, a remake or an unneeded sequel to a movie? I'd say that the remake would be worse because remakes tend to make it into theaters, which means that people end up wasting a lot of money to see the piece of crap, whereas unnecessary sequels will very often be straight to DVD. The one named Frunza, sorry if I mispronounced your name, asks, there it is. The one named Frunza wants to know, do you like pie? If so, what's your favorite kind? Mine is pumpkin pie. Yummy. I do love pumpkin pie, especially in the autumn. I love a nice pumpkin pie. I also love mince pie. My favorite pie of all time would probably be strawberry rhubarb pie. Or no, excuse me. My favorite pie would be a nice apple pie, served with a nice piece of sharp cheddar cheese on the side. If that sounds weird to you, I apologize. It's a New England thing. Roleplay Humor asks, an army of Skittles and an army of M&Ms are about to go to war. What do you do? I sit back and watch because no matter who wins, somebody's gonna lose. And when they do, they're going into my belly. Oh yeah. Last question. It is not a dark room, but rather a bright room, brighter than anything you've seen before. Blinded, you hear a noise of little girls laughing creepily. How the fuck did you survive getting 40 porcupines shoved up your ass by Moon? Oh god, I love it when a question is a story and then like the question comes out of nowhere. How did I survive that? Well, it was a harrowing experience. And I couldn't sit down for weeks. Okay. FanDude41 asks, remember any of these TV shows? Double Dare, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Pete and Pete, Salute Your Shorts, Space Cases. I remember all of them except Space Cases, and I loved them all. Double Dare was awesome. Legends of the Hidden Temple with Kirk Fogg and Olmec. God, I loved that show. The Adventures of Pete and Pete, starring Pete and Pete's brother Pete. Very good show. And God, I loved Salute Your Shorts. And it seemed like it was on forever, but I recently learned that there were only 13 episodes of that ever made. Isn't that kind of hard to believe? But yeah, I loved Salute Your Shorts. We run, we jump, we swim and play, we row and go on trips. But the things that last forever are our dear friendships. Bum 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 camp, Bonawana, we hold you. Never mind. Bum bum bum. The rest of a bunch by FanDude. Yeah, okay, the next few questions are all by FanDude41. Would you spend a day with an insanely cute lolly or Spazzy? There will be no consequences if you chose wrong. I'd say Spazzy because, you know, I've spent the day with her before and she's awesome and hanging out with her just kicks unimaginable ass. I mean, an insanely cute lolly would be great to hang out with, but it's kind of like the devil you don't know, because, I mean, she could be really cute, but she could be, you know, a complete fucking psycho. So I'm going to go with what I know and choose Spazzy. If the mushroom fuck lives on Sodomy Lane, who lives next to him? The Fireflower Felcher. Yeah, there we go. If we can understand Digimon, and the Smurfs to an extent, how come we need fucking Meowth to translate Pokemon when Mewtwo can easily do the job? That's a good question. I don't know. If you were of age back then, would you go to Cheers? Sure. I used to go to bars all the time. I used to go to this one particular bar all the time, but lately I really haven't. I used to go to the bar after work every day, but now I just pretty much either go straight home or go geocaching. But yeah, sure, why not? I've never actually been to Cheers. I've been near Cheers. Been across the street from it. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I recently found a geocache near Cheers, but yeah, oh yeah, and Cheers is a real place. There are actually two Cheers in Boston. There's the real one, and then there's a fake one in Quincy Market. But anyway, last one from FanDude41, at least for now. Last question, I promise. Can any doctor explain how a freaking pepper shaker got pregnant on Blue's Clues? Well, you know what they say. Semen is very salty. Alright. An anonymous user asked, what could be better than fighting fire with you? Fighting fire with a firefighter. I don't really know how to fight fire. Fight fire with fire. That was a song by Metallica, wasn't it? Okay. Dresky asked, whatever happened to Robot Jones? I don't know, but I think it was the same thing that happened to Baby Jane. Next few are all by Dresky. If you could visit any play... If you could visit any play in the Mario universe, where would you go, why, and what would you do there? Oh dear, fuck, it's probably a really obvious answer, Is the Wario universe considered part of the Mario universe? If so, I'd go to Diamond City, because at least that's like a human city, instead of like some weird place with a bunch of mushroom fucks and monsters and stuff. Deadly creatures. As far as I can tell, there's nothing all that deadly in Diamond City. When is the next stream? It's been like forever since the last one. I know, it's been almost a year. I promise, let's aim for sometime in mid-September. How's that sound? Yeah. Lollies make me lol. What do shotas do? Make me want to shoot things? I don't know. Only you can answer that, because you're asking what they make you wanna... As for me, I think Shodas are cute, too. I mean, yeah, lollies are adorable, but Shodas can be adorable, too, you know? Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah. Let's just say you see a hobo, and he/she looks familiar. In fact, they seem to know you, but for the life of you, you just can't remember who they are. Do you help them at all? Yeah, I probably do. I tend to help hobos. I give them money all the damn time. In fact, there's this one hobo that I see almost... Well, not almost every morning, but every morning if I'm running late, there's this one hobo that I see at my subway station. If I'm not running late, if I'm on time, then I don't see him, but that's a really long story. I'll have to tell it sometime. It's fairly interesting. Are you a busy dude? Yes, I am. Monstrously busy. What's the perfect meal? I'd have to say meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and corn. I'd say fettuccine alfredo with a Caesar salad. And a glass of milk. Whole milk. As many glasses as I want. Excuse me. Damn, that was a tiny little emasculating burp. How big is the biggest TV in your house? I got a 32-inch and I just love it. My biggest TV is 42 inches. 42-inch flat screen. The rest of my TVs are all big, clunky CRT things, actually. I just have the one flat screen. Go figs. What's the ratio of you cooking something to you going out to eat? Well, I'm also going to include getting takeout and going out to eat, and getting delivery and going out to eat. Microwavable meals and stuff, I guess, would be considered cooking something. Ramen would be considered... In that case, I'd say it's about 50-50. Hey, Doc, will you check out this rash on me bum? Sorry, I just had to do a doctor joke. Sure, okay. Ed's eyes then went all wide as Doc felt up inside. Okay, that's a weird joke. Oh, man. Okay, that reminded me of something. There's a song by Gordon Lightfoot called The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And a local radio station guy did a parody of it called The Rectum of Edmund Fitzgerald. And a long time ago, in another lifetime, on another message board I used to go to, I had a friend whose name was Ed. And there's a line in the song, which is literally, Ed's eyes then went all wide as Doc felt up inside. So I made a little recording of that and posted it on the board, and everyone cracked up. So anyway, I was looking through my iPhone, you know, the iPod music player on my iPhone, and I was scrolling through and I saw, hey, The Rectum of Edmund Fitzgerald. I haven't heard this song in years. So I click on it. And it's not the whole song, it's just that one line that I had, you know, copied out and made a recording of years ago. So it was on repeat. And so it just kept going. Ed's eyes then went all wide as Doc felt up inside. Ed's eyes then went all... It just kept repeating and it made me chuckle. Yeah. God, I went off on a tangent there. When I asked you what was the most recent movie / video / book you did, you only answered the movie part. What about the other two? Okay, yeah, the most recent video game? Oh dear, fuck. Jeez. Probably Trouble Witches Neo. And the most recent book? Well, I'm currently reading a book in the Fletch series called Karaoke Fletch. I mean, that's not like a new book or anything. It's just the book I'm reading at the moment. But in terms of the book I've read the most recently, which is like the most recent book, it's either probably Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, or a programming book, which really probably doesn't count, does it? Oh well. Let's say you have a gun with one bullet in it. In front of you is Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Whoopi Goldberg, and Kevin James. You have to shoot one of them or every lolly in the whole world dies. Who do you shoot? Well, I like Jim Carrey, especially his non-comedic stuff, his like kind of more serious stuff, like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and especially The Truman Show. The Truman Show is actually one of my favorite movies. Hey, 2 more questions just came in. Huh? Wonderful. And Adam Sandler, I like Adam Sandler. I don't know what to say about that. Whoopi Goldberg, I think Whoopi Goldberg is fucking hilarious. Kevin James, I have no love for Kevin James. I don't think he's ever made a good movie. So, boom! Kevin James, you're dead. Will you be my special friend today? Mr. Rogers really creeps me out. Okay, I could easily get all ranty here, like go off on a rant, but I'm not going to, so suffice it to say that I love Mr. Rogers. I grew up with Mr. Rogers, and I think that he's one of the greatest children's entertainers ever. If it were not for Mr. Rogers testifying before Congress, then there wouldn't even be a concept of children's television, and PBS wouldn't even exist. So yeah, I love Mr. Rogers. I wish I could get his stuff on DVD in case I have kids someday. What would you say is a game or movie that you would like to have a sequel? Game? The Guardian Legend. I would love to see a sequel to The Guardian Legend. That's a really underappreciated game, in my opinion. A movie that I would like to see have a sequel? Once Upon a Crime. Look it up. So, you're playing a game and answering the questions at the same time, eh? Prove it! Huh, got you there. I'm not doing it anymore. Can't do it anymore. Can't stand doing it. Oh, it was so hard. Last one from me for now. Do you swear in real life very often? If so, what word do you resort to the most? I swear like a sailor in real life. I really do swear quite a lot. I'd say I say fuck the most. Fuck isn't really, it's not a very strong swear for me. If I drop something, I'll just be like, fuck. So yeah, I'm a swearer. An anonymous user asks, what is your favorite Mortal Kombat fatality, any game, and what character is it from? I think it's from Mortal Kombat 2. It's Liu Kang's fatality where he drops the Mortal Kombat arcade machine on the opponent. It's just it's so ridiculously silly, but it's still considered, a real fatality and not like, a friendship or any of those gimmick ones. And since he's like pretty much the most serious character in the game, I think it's just so awesome that he has such a silly fatality, and I just love it. Battle Key asks, do you would watch my videos if you could understand German? If I could understand German, yeah, I'd watch your videos, but I can't understand German, sorry. The Fifth Snow asks, why do you think Shaggy and Scooby are easily so fooled into doing ridiculous things for Scooby snacks? Is it because Fred, Daphne, and Velma lace them with LSD? Maybe that's why Scooby can talk. Nah, they don't lace them with LSD. LSD is not addictive. I think they just simply lace them with nicotine. And as for why Scooby can talk, well, have any of the characters besides Shaggy ever reacted to Scooby talking? I think that Shaggy might just be fucking retarded. An anonymous user asks, would you like to come dream with me tonight? Oh, I'd love to come dream with you tonight. We could go to far-off places and search for treasures bright. The next few questions are by Kovu88. Which Batman villain did you like as a kid? Well, I still like Batman, and I'd have to say my favorite Batman villain, for some reason, has always actually been the Penguin. And the reason I like the Penguin is he's pretty much the only Batman villain who isn't insane in any way at all. He is perfectly sane. He's just, a criminal mastermind. I mean, if you look at the history of the comics and movies and stuff, when the other Batman villains get caught, they go to Arkham Asylum. When the Penguin gets caught, he goes to prison, because he's a crime lord. And he's awesome. What does your current game library consist of? Oh dear, I hope you don't expect me to read it all. It's, a couple hundred Atari 2600 games, a few dozen NES games, a few dozen Sega Genesis games, a couple dozen Wii games, maybe a dozen Xbox 360 games, and one extremely rare Virtual Boy game. I do not own a Virtual Boy, but since I fancy myself a video game collector, I purchased a sealed copy of Jack Brothers, which is the rarest Virtual Boy game. Have you had Mellow Yellow? Yes, I have. I love Mellow Yellow. You don't see it too often anymore. It's often compared to Mountain Dew, but it's not the same. It's its own unique flavor. Very delicious. Looks like piss. You're stuck in a room with the Spam crew, Nether, Cold, and Durgan. There is one computer in front of you. The only thing that is clickable is a 60-hour YouTube video of Neon Cat. Who would go insane first and at what hour? Who would last all 60 hours? Trick question. We'd turn off the computer and just start making fun of people. Something. I don't know. We'd all go insane pretty damn fast. How am I doing? Looks like I'm about 25% of the way done. Really? Okay. Tattooed Yoshi asks, does this quote sound familiar to you? So, if you like this part, subscribe to my videos up in the corner. Big yellow button! Be sure to give me your 5-star reviews down below this video. Be sure to check out my other parts if you like this one. Well, that doesn't sound familiar to me specifically, but god damn it does it sound familiar in general. I hate it when people are whores like that. They're like, you know, hey, you know, if you rate, comment, subscribe, rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to answer the question of the day, because I'm actually going to read all of your comments. I actually saw one bozo who, just to trick people into liking the video, said, hey, there's an Easter egg on YouTube. If you double-click the thumbs up button, an Easter egg happens. And of course it doesn't. DuckDuck64 asks, if you could commission any artist, this goes for all you artists too, who would you commission and what would you get a commission of? I would commission Spazzy to draw me as Rubicant from Final Fantasy IV. Pacifist asks, what did you really think of the new Duke Nukem Forever game? Also, have you ever played a Duke Nukem game? I've played all the Duke Nukem games. Duke Nukem Forever was hilariously underwhelming, and I think it should just die. A very lonely death, because, you know, it's over. Chippy UFO asks, the president has been kidnapped by ninjas. Are you a bad enough dude to rescue the president? I'm bad. Oh yeah. I remember playing that in the arcade when I was camping in Maine. I mean, no, it wasn't the arcade, it was the, oh dear, what do you even call it? Guest hall, like a... can't even think of what you call it, but it was like a place... It was in the campground where you could like buy supplies and stuff. And they also had a Bad Dude's arcade cabinet. And since I knew the secret of the charged up punch, I was able to beat the game on 1 quarter. Yeah. Hidden Anonymous User asks, have you ever tried a sweet roll? They're like miniature versions of a slice of bread, except sweeter and slightly more thicker as well. I'm having extreme difficulty picturing that, so I'm not sure if I've ever tried one. Sorry. This is following up to my Sweet Rolls question, and Anonymous User asks, also, if Mega Man Legends 3 came out, and I mean the real one, not the joke one, would you buy it? Of course I would buy it, but it's not coming out, because they're nigger faggots. What the hell? Pacifist asks. You didn't answer the question. You just trailed off singing Eureka, Eureka's Castle. So what happened? I don't remember what the question was. If the question was about Eureka's Castle, I loved that show. Eureka, Eureka's Castle. And yeah, I think I had a crush on Eureka. Oh well. Pacifist asks, do you remember that show Pinwheel? Seriously, what happened to it? I mean, in your memory, because all I remember was it just moving to different networks. Yeah, I remember Pinwheel. In fact, that icon that I use on most websites, you know, the guy with the hat and the camera, comes from Pinwheel, comes from the introductory sequence. Pinwheel actually was the very first show ever on Nickelodeon. So Nickelodeon started in Canada and was actually called the Pinwheel Network. So, yeah, whatever happened to Pinwheel, it just eventually went off the air, I guess. You know, it had its time. Zinkler31 asks, what would you do if one day you woke up in the body of someone else? Difficult to say. It really depends on whose body I woke up in. If it was a female, I know one thing I'd be doing, and it's the obvious answer, so who am I kidding? DarkDuck64 asks, if you had the money, what is one hobby that you would like to get into that is generally considered a pricey hobby? Pricey hobby. Oh dear. Pricey hobby. Collecting gold coins, specifically. Yes, like gold bullion, gold double eagles, and all that stuff. Sculler asks, would you get on a plane knowing you'd be sitting next to or near Ozzy Osbourne, Slash, and Matthew Sanders? Sure. Why not? Although I will say I would not get on a plane knowing that I'd be sitting next to Randy Rhoads. Oh man, I didn't mean that offensively. I apologize. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, Randy Rhoads was Ozzy's guitarist a long time ago, and he tragically died in a plane crash. Finite Razor asks, so you find out that the ice cream won't kill people, and the unicorn comes back to tell you that the ice cream can give you the power to summon lollies. However, there's a 50% chance that the lolly will try to murder you. Do you risk it? Hell yeah, I risk it, because it's only a 50% chance. And if she does try to murder me, let me put it this way. I think I could take a lolly. Oh shit, unless she's a Toho lolly. Oh fuck, I guess I gotta rethink that. Oh, I got email. Oh god, another snow is following me. Oh man, there's so many snows. Zigbar31 asks, ever had a class in school where by the end of it, you said to yourself, I did not learn anything in that class? If so, what class was it? Yeah, I did have a college course, which was basically about computer ethics, and I learned precisely dick in that class. Yeah, a waste of money. Miss Fuzzbottom asks, I think it's pretty cool that you're answering questions like this. I don't have enough people to make this worth doing myself, so I just... Hey, wait a sec, who's that standing behind you? I can barely turn my neck because it hurts for some reason. The only thing behind me right now is my big Lolita poster that I have next to my bed. Commentator no se feo en film de Lolita. DarkDuck64. Oh, the next bunch of questions in a row are by Ducky. What is your favorite alcoholic drink, if specific brands be specific? Okay. My favorite drink in general is Scotch, and my favorite brand of Scotch is J&B Rare. I do also love a nice dry gin martini. My favorite brand of gin is Beefeater. I'm also a huge fan of Smirnoff Ice. Yeah. Other than that, I'll just drink what I can take. Oh, and I also love Bailey's Irish Cream. That's a delicious drink. Ha! Would you rather be with someone who is high energy, very open, i.e. not afraid to say what's on their mind, a little pervy, but very sweet and loving personality, or very mellow, kind of quiet, keeps some things hidden, and not much personality at all? Well, you had me at the not much personality at all, so it can't be that one. I would love to be with someone who is very sweet and loving, because when I'm in a romantic relationship, oh god, I am so lovey-dovey, mushy, smushy, huggy, kissy, very romantic, so I would love that, someone who has a very sweet and loving personality, and a little pervy? Come on, who are we kidding? People keep calling me crazy for wanting a diesel pickup truck, Ford F-350 with 6.7L power stroke to be specific. Is it really that crazy since people are reporting average fuel consumption of 10 to 12L/100 km? That's 20-24 mpg on a 9000LB truck. Okay, just from the way I read that question, you can probably tell that I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, I know precisely dick about vehicles since I, myself, do not drive. 31 years old, I take mass transit. If you could give up one of your 5 senses to supercharge another one of your senses, what would you give up to power up? I.e. give up smell for super taste, or give up hearing for super sight, etc. No thanks. I don't want to give up any of my senses. I like my senses. They're very cool. If you could have any sixth sense superpower, what would you want? I.e. lie detector, knowing what animals say, radar, gaydar, knowing when disaster will strike, etc. Knowing when disaster will strike, yeah, then because I can be like the Pokemon Absol. Yeah, that sounds good. And then I could know when to get away. You and your partner are given the opportunity to have the most mind-blowing sex you'll ever have in your life, but it's in a location where the chances of getting caught are 95%. Do you decide to go through with it on the 5% chance you won't get caught? Yeah, that's just a natural 1 on a D20. Plus, who cares if we get caught? Madaruad asks, have you ever played Q-Wop? If so, did you beat it, and how did you beat it? Did you do that cheap shuffle, or did you actually use skill and make him run? Also, did you like the game, even with its difficulty and ridiculous concept? I've played it. I think it's enjoyable to a point. It's a lot of fun to watch people playing it and fuck up. Tatsudoshi did a very excellent video of it. I believe the title of the video on YouTube is Quality Work on Pickles. He actually got permission from QWOP's author to do it. I don't really know how to do the cheap shuffle. I've never beaten the game. In all honesty, I can only get as far as the hurdle. There's a hurdle that shows up, I think, about halfway through. And I can't get over it. I can't knock it over. So that's about as far as I can get. DuckDuck64 asks, if you and your friends were part of a D&D world, where would you and your friends fit into the following? Warrior, mage, tank, healer, rogue. I'd be a mage. Specifically, I'd be a sorcerer. And I don't know. You have to ask my friends. It's really not up to me. What is one kinky thing you really want to try that you know your partner would say no to? Well, I don't have a partner right now, so can't answer that. If it was something really kinky and I knew they'd say no to it, I'd probably just go ahead and do it. That's how I discovered one time that my partner enjoyed analingus. Look it up. Who am I kidding? You probably don't have to look it up. DuckDuck64 asks, you're at work and you need to have a super huge project done by the end of the day. However, your partner shows up to work and is really horny. Do you take time away from sex and risk being late, or do you tell them you can't to keep working? I take time away for sex and risk being late because I can always work late, you know? In my job, I can work as late as I want to, as late as I need to. Toridoshi12 asks, Pink Floyd, The Doors, or yes? No question in my mind. Pink Floyd. Mills the Idiot asks, do you own any kind of DS, and do you play RuneScape? I own several DSs. I think somewhere in this house I have the original big clunky DS that looks like a child's toy. I have a couple of DS Lites, and I have a DSi somewhere, and I think I have a DSi XL, but unfortunately they're all missing at the moment. I don't know where any of them are. So I guess it's not so much that they're missing as I just haven't cared to look for them. I don't play RuneScape. I may have tried it a long time ago, just the name sounds familiar. Is Dusty alive? Oh, say I can't talk. Is Dusty alive? Asks Mills the Idiot, because I've never heard of him in 3 months. Yes, Dusty is very much alive. I just haven't mentioned him in a while, I guess. I thought I mentioned him on Twitter pretty much frequently. I'll have to take another video of him sometime. Peter hold on. I think this question is spam, because they're asking me if I've been to a site that's like Facebook for alternative people. Yeah, that sounds like spam. Goodbye. Pacifist asks, why do you keep playing the same game every Formspring Q&A video? Because I want to play it until I beat it, and also I have beaten it, so you just look silly now. Pacifist asks, do you have a Facebook page? And if you do, what is it? If you don't want to give it out, then never mind. I do have a Facebook page. If you know my full real name and where I live, you might be able to find it. Oh, my phone just beeped. That's nice. But I really only accept friend requests from family members and people who I'm like friends with in real life. Or some of my internet friends who I consider to be real life friends. So, yeah, just, and plus I don't really use it very often anyway. Pacifist asks, ever heard of Gaia Online? Oh dear. If so, do you have an account? Also, if neither of these will inform you relatives or next of kin about this site. I don't understand that last question. Of course I've heard of Gaia Online. I can't think of anything nice to say about it. An anonymous user asks, would you make up your own Oompa Loompa song and sing it? Okay, let's do this. Oompa Loompa Doompa Dee Doo, I've got another puzzle for you. Oompa Loompa Doompa Dee Dee, if you are wise, you'll listen to me. What do you do when your tummy has gas from shoving too many things up your ass? Analingus is not a shame. If you think it is, I know who to blame. The right-wing politicians. Bum 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 ba da bum. Oompa loompa doompa dee da. If you love sodomy, you will go far. You will live in happiness too, like the Oompa Loompa Doompa Dee Doo. Oh man, I made that up off the top of my head. Hey, an anonymous user asks, it's the middle of the night and there's a knock at your door. It's a lolly. Do you answer it or go back to bed? And if you answer, what do you do? Of course I answer the door. If she needs help, I help her. If she's lost, I help her find her way home. Otherwise, we could just, we could sit down, watch a movie together. I'll make us some popcorn, give her a glass of warm milk, and if she wants to, sleep over, I'll let her sleep in my bed, and I'll sleep downstairs on the floor. See, nothing funny happens. I'm not a pedophile. I just love lollies because they're so goddamn adorable. Jack RC11 asks, did you know there's a 2009 movie called Lesbian Vampire Killers? No, I did not. But it does beg a question. Several questions. Like, what is the subject of the movie? Are they lesbians who kill vampires? Do they kill lesbian vampires? Are they killers who are lesbians and who are vampires? See what I mean? Yeah. Pacifist asked, do you think you could LP Fallout 1, seeing how you said you played it before? I'm gonna have to say no to that. Yeah, sorry. Pacifist asks, you wake up from a horrifying nightmare of constant butt rape and sodomization to a cold sweat and 3 figures hovering over your bed. Do you A, jump out the window, B, sick the dog on him, C, scream the famous line, but I pooped from there? Trick question. If I was having a dream of constant butt rape and sodomy, it wouldn't be a nightmare, it would be a pleasant dream. Ha 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 ha. Hoi. Pacifist asks, do you ever plan to use the Go Animate feature of any other YouTube animation feature ever again? I don't know, maybe. That was just kind of like one-off things I thought. Maybe I'll use them again, who knows? Who knows? Who cares? Ha-ha! And Pacifist asked, how are you liking YouTube's new music layout thingy? I didn't know that it was coming, so when it first happened, it surprised me. But now I'd say I've gotten used to it. I neither like it nor dislike it. It's just, it works. Tattooed Yoshi asked, did you get that thing I sent you? I don't know, maybe? I don't remember. Sorry. Mills Unit asks, is this a question to you? Yeah, sure, why not? Burns Norris asks, you can have a real team of 5 Digimon. Who do you choose? The cactus with boxing gloves. I don't know. I know precisely dick about Digimon. Sorry. Okay, the next few questions are all from Adam. When are you going to do my hack already? I've been waiting months for that quickie. I thought I did your hack already. Is it another hack? A different one? I'll have to look at my desktop, see if I have anything lying around. Oh well. Out of all the LPs, which one was the most frustrating? Ultimate Super Mario 3. Definitely. Oh my god. It was only my 2nd or 3rd full LP, but god was it frustrating. 4 Boom Booms on a waterfall. Any multi-purpose reviews coming up? Not until I clean my bedroom. I have a lot of stuff I want to review, but I can't find it. Say on a weekly basis, how often do you visit restaurants? Pretty much every day, to one degree or another. Can you recite all the Japanese names on the characters in Cardcaptor Sakura? Sure, Sakura Kinomoto, her brother Toya Kinomoto, her father Fujitaka Kinomoto, her best friend Tomoyo Daiduchi, Lee Shaoran, Shaoran Lee, or Lee, whatever. Maylin Lee, Chloe Reed, Yue, what the fuck was, Yukito Tsuchihide, Ariel Hirigawa, and then all her fucking friends whose names I don't remember, like, Rika and stuff. Do you know, an anonymous user asks, do you know I am really not anonymous? I'll give you 5 guesses of which of your regular people that ask you questions I am. Well, you got it. I'm guessing you're Adam because this anonymous question showed up right in the middle of a block of questions by Adam. So are you Adam? That's all 5 of my guesses. Back to Adam now. How many liters of water do you drink daily? Well, I'm in the United States, so we use that silly non-metric system, the friggin', imperial system. Besides the United States, I think the only other countries that still use it are Liberia and Myanmar, or some nonsense like that. So that being said, I drink at least... they tell you to drink 8 glasses of water a day, and I tend to drink about 16. I'd say I drink a lot. I'm a thirsty boy. Can you switch between metric and imperial without having to use a chart or diagram? Hell no, nobody can! Which computer code do you know fluently? Computer languages? Well, my first programming language was BASIC. I then learned a language that nobody's heard of anymore called Pilot. My favorite programming language is Perl. I'd say I speak that like a native speaker. I also know Java, C, C++. I've recently been learning C#. I know a little bit of Python. Did I mention Java? Yeah, Java. And I know a little bit of ASP, PHP, SQL, a couple of different assembly languages, MIPS, MD80. Am I forgetting anything? MS-DOS batch language. Guess that's about it. Am I asking too many questions? No! There's no such thing as too many questions, Adam. Don't be silly. What's the next con you're going to? I might be going to New York Comic Con / New York Anime Festival in October. I still have to work out the logistics of that. Besides Anime Boston, what other cons are in the New England area on a yearly basis? Well, the New York Comic Con / New York Anime Festival is in New York City, which is, just a very short train trip or bus trip from Boston. Otakon, whatever, is somewhere around here. I think it's in Maryland, so that's not New England. New England Webcomics Weekend is in Massachusetts. There's a decent-sized anime convention in Maine every year whose name escapes me. It's probably something really obscure like Anime Maine. Or Maine-ame or something. Yeah. Do you like any European beers? Well, Guinness is a draft. I mean, it's not like a... You know what I mean, but God, I love Guinness. I want a Guinness right now. Beer of choice other than Sam Adams, Guinness! What was the first anime you just couldn't get into? I hope I don't draw any flack from this, but I'd have to say Shuffle. I watched the first episode of that, thought it seemed pretty cool. Then I got halfway through the second episode and I just stopped watching. Oh well. Did you play any of the games made by Game Tech for the NES? They mostly made game show games, right? So in that case, yeah, I played the Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, all that shit. You've played a lot of Kickle Cubicle, isn't it about time you played a different game in the background? Right now I am playing a different game. I don't know what that game is, because I haven't recorded the footage yet. Do you have Netflix? I used to have Netflix, I don't have it anymore. Just don't have the time. Doritos or Sun Chips? Sun Chips. Yeah, why not? I love Sun Chips. I love Sun Chips, but I only kind of like Doritos. Never mind my question about Kickle Cubicle. I should watch videos that don't include me. Oh, Adam, you're so silly. Burnt Norris asks, followers, why you no like Digimon? Honestly, just because I never got into it. There's a lot of stuff out there that I just never got into because there's only so many hours in the day. There's only so many things I can watch. Next few questions are all by Dresky. It's me again. You miss me? Oh, I missed you terribly, honey. Are you a breakfast person? Honestly, no. I usually don't eat breakfast, which is a shame. And when I do eat breakfast, it's usually horribly unhealthy, like, you know, fast food breakfast. Now that Kickle Cubicle is over, what's next? I totally can't see the video. I don't know what I'm going to record, actually. Maybe, it's this funny little hack of Final Fantasy I might play. I'm not sure yet. Go out and get a 3DS. Go on, I'll wait. Mario Kart 7, not a good enough reason? Nope, not a good enough reason. Sorry. Sorry if that last question was rude, frowny face. No, it wasn't rude, don't worry. Anyway, I just saw a great movie called Heavy Metal. If you've seen it, what did you think? And if you haven't heard of it, it's an adult-themed cartoon. Sex, drugs, blood, all set to a heavy metal soundtrack. Heavy Metal is, in my opinion, one of the best animated movies of all time. Everybody should go see it. It's a true classic. Ever sniffed a magic marker? That's what makes them so magical. Yes, indeed it does. Ugh. Flying high again. You keep referencing a show called Pinwheel. I can't find any videos of it, so what was the show even about? Well, it was a children's show from the early 80s, and it was a mixture of puppets and marionettes and humans. It all took place in and around a place called Pinwheel House, where a bunch of people lived. It was like a boarding house. There was this, like, gypsy-type lady who owned it and ran it, and there were some tenants. One of them was a female mime. She was a human. The other two human tenants were this black dude who I believe was a musician, and I think he had these like music boxes, but like they weren't like regular music boxes. They like actually played music videos when he opened them. And the other human tenant was this Asian chick who I think was an artist. The rest of the characters... Oh no, then there was also Smitty, which is where I get my icon from. He was the editor and photographer for the Daily Noodle, which was the newspaper of the town that Pinwheel took place in. And his wife, Sal, was a writer for the paper. And I think that's it for the human characters. The rest are all puppets. I remember there was a pair of kids named Plus and Minus who always liked to play a game called Gotcha Last, which was basically tag. There was this puppet named Luigi who had a fruit and vegetable stand out in front of Pinwheel House. But the fruits and vegetables were all anthropomorphic, and they all talked and sang. They were a brother and sister who were bugs, big, cute bugs. There was this green dude who was like the Grinch, except that he was very sharply dressed. If anyone could actually see enough of Pinwheel, they would probably say that he was the epitome of Dr. Sigma, this guy. He was just awesome. What other characters were there? Bugs. Oh, there was a snail, like a very old snail. Like, I think it was like, it would take him like an entire week to crawl, you know, just a few feet. Oh, and then there was this bird puppet named Admiral Bird, and Smitty's goal in life was to get a picture of Admiral Bird, and everyone could see Admiral Bird, except then when Smitty showed up, he would vanish, so he never got his picture of Admiral Bird. Oh yeah, the gypsy lady who owned Pinwheel House was a puppet, I forgot to mention. And then there was this, like, female mole who was blind, and I think she either lived under Pinwheel House or in a tree in the yard. So yeah, it was basically like, and they did skits and all that other stuff, yeah. I've gone on way too long. More questions from Dresky. Ever seen Homestar Runner? Everybody! Yeah, I seen Homestar Runner about 10 years ago. No, seriously, is Homestar Runner still around? One line that I actually say kind of frequently actually comes from Homestar Runner. It was in the Strong Bad emails. Shortly after, he eventually got so many emails that he had to add a scroll bar to the selection screen. And, like, he said something like, scroll buttons get ill like heart attack. Something like that. And then when they added even more, the scroll bar went even more, and, like, Coach Z showed up and said, and if you're trying to fade me, then you must go crash. And then Strong Bad said, scroll buttons, oh yeah, like that heart attack. And that actually evolved into something that I say kind of frequently. I actually say something to him. And if you're trying to fade me, then you must go crash. Dr. Sigma get ill like heart attack. But yeah, okay, that's enough about that. Okay, in all seriousness, how's it going? Well, my wrist hurts a little. It's slightly hot in this room, but not nearly hot enough to turn on the fan and mess with the sound. I'm not tired at all. I'm answering questions. Life is good. One more question and I'm gone. Have you ever come up with your own onomatopoeia? Can't spell it, sorry. Oh, you mean my own onomatopoeia? Let me think about that for a minute. Onomatopoeia being a word that describes a sound. Like bang, or buzz, or zoom. Damn, I don't think I have. Someone correct me. It seems like something I would do. Another one from Adam. According to an interview with Courtney, apparently she said Kurt wanted to be famous and then kill himself. Does that sound possible from a punk rocker standpoint? Not to me. I don't believe it for a minute. It seems like something she would say just to get attention. KGKG asks, do you ever have fat days? I could be misusing the term. What I mean is the occasional day where you get some fast food or some takeout in huge amounts with a seemingly unlimited budget because you're craving it really bad. What kind of food? Dude, I have fat days every day. They're called normal days. Kovu88 asks, have you seen Tatsu's new spam play yet? If so, how is it? If not, are you going to see it? Yeah, he's doing Princess Maker 2, and I'm loving every minute of it. I'm all caught up now. I just saw the whole Year 4 video over on multipurposereviews.com. Hero, says Pink Armpits. Okay, hero. Oh, hang on a sec. Gotta delete a spam question. Do you know somedomain.com? Goodbye. Adam asks, will you be sent to the 6th dimension if you say your name backwards, both username and real name, which I know? No, you'll get sent to the Yiramos dimension, which is the backwards sodomy dimension. Ha ha ha. Favorite Nintendo handheld, asks Adam. The DSi XL. It works beautifully. It's nice and feels good in the hands. It's not too huge. It's not clunky. It's very nice. What the hell? An anonymous user asks, Sagnip Ruoi Ni Huktork. Oh, I see. It's crotch in your penis backwards. No, excuse me. It's crotch in your pingus backwards. Pink Armpit asks, like my page, and it's a link which I can actually now go to since I'm doing this, separately. So let me go to the page. Okay, it's a Facebook page. A music maker who also, I'll have to look at this later. It's a Facebook page. I don't know what to say about it. Sorry. An anonymous user asks, you find after all these years on YouTube you have a stalker. What do you do? I invite them over for tea. In fact, I specifically invite them over for a cup of my own custom blend. Yeah, I have my own custom blend of tea. It's called Acid Smog. It's the strongest, most bitter tea you'll ever taste, and I love it. Adam asks, what's in your wallet? Okay, let's find out, actually. I'll take my wallet out right now and tell you what's in it. Okay, let's see. My ATM card, my MasterCard, my Discover card, a little card with a picture of a bobcat on one side and a dining tip table on the other side. Very handy for calculating tips and stuff. My CVS Extra Care card, my BJ's Wholesale Club card. Oh, my old college ID, my Husky card from Northeastern. My Microsoft legal benefits card, in case I ever need a lawyer. Something about another Microsoft card I can't quite read. Membership card in the American Cornhole Association, made out to the Gay Bandit of the Border. Oh, that's a whole story behind that some other time. My Charlie card, that's my card for getting on the MBTA, Boston subway system, and buses. My Massachusetts State ID, AC Moore Rewards card, $35 gift card to Newbury Comics. I gotta spend that soon. Microsoft benefits card. A couple of three secret Microsoft cards that I actually can't talk about. My American Red Cross blood donor card. I'll put these cards here for now. A lot of cards. Wow. What's this? My Mohegan Sun Players Club card. My Dream card. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's my Foxwoods card. Okay. Something that looks like a credit card, but is actually a really skinny flashlight. My Max Perks card. I guess that... Oh, that's an Office Max Rewards card. I'm gonna put all these cards back now. And, let's see, receipt from when I went to the theater the other day. A couple of ATM receipts. And some money. Let's see how much money. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that bill's out of order. Bills are out of order. Oh no. That drives me crazy. I gotta reorder them now. 75. $82. There we go. That's what's in my wallet. Okay, let me just make sure this is still recording, because now I'm paranoid. Bam, bam, bam. Another one from Adam. Who made the floor sticky? Nether Tribes did, because he's a stick. Get it? Sticky. How do you... An anonymous user asks, how do you know Adam the Canuck? He seems to be like an old friend of yours. Well, when I was doing the Super Mario 3 hacks, he helped me out in quite a few places, and the rest, as they say, is history. An anonymous user asks, what in the butt? I said, what in the butt? I said, what in the butt? You want to do it in my butt? The thing I love about that song, and the video in particular, is it seems like it's trying to offend as many people as possible, and they really just, right out of the gate, the video starts with an image of a burning cross, and that's just the coolest thing ever. Ah, God, I got a burp. Oh, I was able to make it silent. How nice. Yeah, it tastes like Chinese food. Oh yeah, I had Chinese food for supper. An anonymous user asks, who sends you the most requests to play games? Not one individual person. Most people just send one request. Although I could turn it around and say what's been requested the most often would be Mario Chronicles and Mario Adventure. I'm probably not going to do either of them because they're so popular. I also get a lot of requests to do the Second Reality Project for some strange reason. Oh well. 3 in a row from Adam here. How do you like your eggs cooked for breakfast? I do not like eggs, so sorry. I mean, I don't mind if eggs are like an ingredient, like in a cake or something, but I don't like if they're, the main thing, if that makes sense. I don't just like eating eggs, Favorite NES puzzle game? Fire and Ice, definitely. And last but certainly not least from Adam, Red Bull or Rockstar Energy? Definitely Red Bull, much easier for me to drink. I mean, I like Rockstar, but it has a certain tanginess to it that makes it a little difficult for me to chug it. So, yeah. Okay, 3 in a row from Dark Duck 64. Are you a coffee or energy drink person when it comes to perking yourself up? If coffee, how do you like it? Definitely energy drink person, although I do love coffee. I generally take my coffee black, but I mean, if I just want energy, then I usually use energy drinks. I usually don't use coffee for the purposes of energy. I use coffee because I want coffee. Do you feel like sometimes you can have a money spending problem? If so, how do you stop yourself from impulsively spending so much? Yes, and unfortunately I don't. Yeah, I can kind of suck like that. I'm currently in a little bit of debt until I get paid tomorrow. Or technically when I get paid in about 30 minutes, and then I'll pay off the credit card. Yay! And I won't be in debt. Well, not including my college loan. Okay, 4 in a row from Adam. Who wants to hear a story about a bridge? Yes, I'd love to hear a story about a bridge. Is there anything else you want to know about me? Just ask and I'll respond in the comments. Okay, how do you like your eggs? If you made an adult film, what would you call it? I would call it Doc Sigma the Big Dick Bandit. Do you have a favorite canine Pokemon? Could be any generation. Canine Pokemon. That means like Growlithe, Arcanine, the ones that are like dogs. I've actually always been a big fan of Suicune. Is Suicune considered canine? I hope so. Yeah, 'cause they're the legendary dogs, aren't they? Yeah, I like me some Suicune. Fifth Snow asks, I'm really surprised you never saw that thread about me and the others. Did it really interest you that much? Yes, it did, because first of all, it filled me in on just how many snows there are, and second of all, it was such a genuinely fascinating and interesting story. It was really great, yeah. Thank you for sharing it with us. DarkDuck64 asks, what do you do when you are so angry but you have nothing available to vent your rage on, not even video games? Well, I'm a big fan of primal screams. They really are helpful. And if you're afraid of the noise of people hearing, you can always scream into a pillow. That does a wonderful job of muffling it. Seriously, sometimes if you're frustrated or angry, just hug a pillow to your face and scream into it as loud as you can. It's a wonderful feeling. Okay, an anonymous user asks, I'm a bitch. First of all, that's not a question. Second of all, you misspelled bitch. You spelled it B!TCH. You are very silly. Okay, Damn It Christian asks, if you could have any ability of a person, fictional or otherwise, what would it be? Since you put ability in capital letters, I'm assuming you mean like real ability and not superpower. I would choose to have the ability, the piano playing ability of the best piano player in the world, whoever that happens to be. Because, I mean, I play the piano, but I'm not as good at it as I want to be, and I'm jealous of people who are better. What can I say? Aha, I was right! Because now, Damn It Christian asks, if you could have any power of any person, fictional or otherwise, though I doubt otherwise is possible, what would it be? Keeping in mind you'll have the abilities needed to make this useful. Spidey sense comes with increased reflexes, etc. I don't want the Green Lantern's powers. I'd want his Green Lantern ring and his Green Lantern lantern, because then I could make anything and it would be green and stuff. DarkDuck64 asks, if you could choose one harsh climate to live in for the rest of your life, would you rather have very cold with lots of snow or really hot with lots of sun? Oh, and no beaches. Definitely really hot with lots of sun, because very cold with lots of snow, at some point or another, I'd have to travel through that snow, and that would just suck. Miss Strangey asks... Oh god, I just saw something go flying by. Hope it wasn't a mosquito. Anyway, Miss Strangey asks, have you played Castle Crashers? And if so, do you like it? And if you played it, did you play it with people or alone? I played I own Castle Crashers, and unfortunately I only played it very briefly. I really like it a lot. It's a really fun game. I've only played it by myself, and it's one of those games that I gotta get around to playing sometime, because I really dig it. Have you, Miss Strangey asks, have you ever been in a band or played an instrument? I've never been in a band, unfortunately. I play several instruments, actually. I play the piano, keyboard, harmonica, melodica, concertina. My favorite instrument is actually the melodica, which you may not be familiar with. It basically kind of looks like a keyboard that you blow into. Yeah, I was just making a motion with my hands to show what it looks like, and of course you can't see that. Pooh. Mada Ruad asks, you have been given $100,000. How do you spend it? Where and why do you spend it the way you did? Honestly, I'd buy $100,000 worth of gold so that I could think about what to do with it, because I know that putting it in the bank would probably be considered cheating. So I'm going to find a way to cheat anyway, because I don't... Oh, yeah. Adam asks, why isn't your background on YouTube repeated? It's not supposed to be repeated. If you look at it, it wouldn't make sense if it was repeated. That's really all I can say. Adam asks, do pasta puns make you laugh or annoy you? I love puns. Especially really bad ones. A pun that's like so bad it kind of makes you feel like you died a little inside. Oh yeah. An anonymous user asks, weirdest question you've been asked so far? Well, actually, I can't think of the weirdest question I've been asked so far, but I can think of the weirdest answer I've given. It was so weird that I actually went back and edited out the answer, because I didn't want to say it anymore, and I might add it back in later. And the question was, what's the weirdest thing that I've ever had to drink? And the answer I gave just even weirded myself out. So now that I'm doing this, without a live video game going on at the same time, I can edit this if I want to, and I, in fact, already have. Adam asks, what are the glitches to get past the enemies in A Boy and His Blob? Okay, sure. When you get to Blobolonia, the enemies on the overworld you have to deal with are the cherry bombs and the popcorn. Normally you'd have to use the Vita Blaster to get past the cherry bombs, and you might want to use it to get past the popcorn, or you could just use like really good timing. What you do is get to the screen. What you do is, it's really cool. Turn the blob into a coconut and just throw him to the right. You'll see the blob go rolling past all the enemies. Then eventually he'll stop. He'll stop right near the entrance to the factory. Then you call him back, and he'll take about 5 hours to come back, or you could just use a ketchup jelly bean to bring him right back, and then you can just run to the right. All the cherry bombs will be gone, and all the popcorn will be gone. Life is good. That's how you cheat past that, and that's why you do not need the orange jelly beans to beat the game. It's very cool. Adam, okay, a bunch of next ones in a row are from Adam. Does Evil Dead count as you playing Zelda 2? Yes, it does. Who are we kidding? Of course it does, you silly, silly Canuck. What is the Temple of Fuck? It's kind of like in WarioWare Smooth Moves had the Temple of Form. It's like that, except with more butt sex. What's the song to your new intro to your LP series? I actually, and the very first time I used that, someone asked that question, and I announced that I'm not going to say what it is, and that actually there is a contest, that if someone is able to figure out what it is, then they will be rewarded with something. I'm not sure what yet. I will tell you the lyrics, though. In fact, I'll sing the song. It goes, bum, bum, ba da da bum, 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 ba da da bum, bum, bum. Listen to the beat of a brand new... Oh, God, I'm off key. I'll just recite the lyrics. It's listen to the beat of a brand new day. Come on down and follow the music and let his work begin. And let his work begin. Yeah. Out of the clique of online friends that you have, given the fact you've met them all except me, frowny face, which one is the silliest? Durgan, definitely Durgan. No, I'm actually gonna take that back. Dylan, Zaffy is actually really silly in real life, adorably so, but don't call her cute or she'll hit you. Yeah, okay. Favorite class in MMOs/turn-based RPGs? I tend to like characters that fight with their bare hands, like monks, black belts, things like that. Are you interested in Star Wars: The Old Republic? Extremely so. Republic or Empire? Both. Any copies of Nintendo Power lying around? I haven't seen one in ages. I guess not, which is kind of a shame. Did you put stickers on your systems? I don't think I did. Did I? I may have put some stickers on my Atari. I'm honestly not sure. Did you know it was the 20th anniversary of the SNES a few days ago? No, I didn't know that. Oh, wow, that's kind of depressing. I feel very old all of a sudden. Ugh, yikes. VR32, do you know that? Yes, that was the working name of the Virtual Boy. Yeah, the VR32. Who else in Captain N did you like? That's the funny thing. See, I enjoyed Captain N at the time. I actually honestly really liked it, but I don't think I really liked any of the characters particularly. I know that's weird. I liked the show, but the characters were... eh. Funny thing is, I wasn't really into Castlevania at the time, so Simon Belmont didn't piss me off. But then later, when I did get into Castlevania, the television show's depiction of him just made me angry. Following up to my last question, depending on how you read the questions. Cartoon Peach, Cartoon Zelda, or Princess Lana? Which one's the biggest bitch? Cartoon Zelda, definitely. I mean, she demanded a lot of Link and wouldn't even give him a kiss. If I come to visit, would you be able to give me a tour of work, or is it all off limits to the public? Unfortunately, it is all off limits to the public. No, you wouldn't even be able to get into the building itself, unfortunately, let alone into our workspace. I'm sorry for that. Weirdest game ad for 1 NES, 2 SNES, 3 Genesis. Let me think about that for a minute. Can't think of it off the top of my head, sorry. Do you have Mario Paint? No, I do not. I don't own a Super Nintendo. I never did. Only rented. Kobo88 asks, have you ever played L.A. Noire? Thanks again, Doc. You're amazing. Aw, shucks. No, I haven't played it. I'm not really a fan of that type of game, the sandbox games. Oh well. Damn it, Christian asks, why did you name Dusty Dusty? Because he's the color of dust. And after I named him Dusty, once I officially named him Dusty, I decided retroactively that Dusty was just going to be his nickname and that his real name was going to be Dustin. But I only call him Dustin when I'm, like, upset with him, just like how people only call me Christopher when they're upset with me. Okay, I just got some more emails. Hang on a sec, this one looks important. This one looks very important. Oh, good, oh dear, that's from work. Okay, Adam asks, did you know the V-Fame Biomenace? Also, why do you think the former 3D Realms has not released all of their old software as freeware? They can't possibly be still making money. Unfortunately, I don't understand the first half of the question, and as for why they're not releasing their shit, that's a very good question. I mean, there's no way in hell they're still making money from that. I can't think of any reason why they haven't done that. Unless it's some sort of legal reason. Whatevs. And anonymous user asks, is it true that anything we might have heard is true? Yes, it is true that anything you might have heard is true. Unless it's false, then it might not be true. Okay, a bunch of questions in a row from Adam. Love you, Adam. SNL, your thoughts? Yeah, I think savings and loans banks are very cool. Ha ha ha, I make a funny. I think you're actually talking about Saturday Night Live. I haven't seen Saturday Night Live in years, so I don't really have much to say about it. I know, two things I love about Saturday Night Live are their commercial parodies and their game show parodies. I think they're really hilarious, especially the commercial parodies. I actually own on Xbox video service some compilations that they have available of the best of SNL commercial parodies and the best of SNL game show parodies. Good stuff. If you could time travel, where would you go? I'd go to a few minutes ago. No. Where the hell would I go? I'm not sure, actually. If you were going to get a tattoo, what tattoo would you get? The thing is, I really want a tattoo. But I don't really know what I want. So, I guess that kind of means that I don't really want a tattoo? So, I don't know. No, actually, I do know what I want. I would actually get the words Doc Sigma written in a cool font, but unfortunately I don't know what font yet. I might actually get it as an ambigram, which is a special kind of writing where it looks the same upside down. So yeah. Who's the coolest person you know? Oh dear, I'm going to get some flack for this, but my mother. She's amazingly cool. Love you, Ma. Where's the most embarrassing place your cell phone has ever gone off? During the middle of an exam in college, which is not a very exciting story, so yeah. Oh well. Can you recite the Poke Rap? I want to be the best there ever was to beat all the rest. Yeah, that's my cause. Electro, Diglett, Nidorino stuff. Catch 'em, gotta catch. And so, in other words, no. In addition, do you know all of the 151 Pokemon in order? Hell no. I recently took an online quiz just to see if I could name the 151 Pokemon, not in order, but just at all. And when all was said and done, I actually forgot 5 of them. And incidentally, the 5 that I forgot were the 5 fossils. I completely forgot about Omanite, Omastar, Kabuto, Kabutops, and Aerodactyl. Weird, huh? And the last one from Adam, at least for now. Oh, no, I'm not. There's 2 around. I can't count. Any old Pokemon games lying around, or do you only have cards? In terms of actually owning the cartridges, I have all of the GBA games. I have all the DS games. I mean, in the main series, not including the Gaiden games. I have an album full of Pokemon cards, plus a bag full of cards that still need to be sorted. Yeah. And last question from Adam, at least for now. What's your favorite season of the year? Probably the season that is the favorite season of the year for the least number of people. And that's the autumn. Because in the autumn, the air is crisp and cool and clean. It smells nice. You can just wear a light jacket and, you know, there's no snow. There's no stifling heat. The trees are changing color. The air is just... I love the autumn. ResClown asks, who was your favorite villain? My favorite villain would also happen to be my favorite character from Final Fantasy IV, Rubicant. God, I love him. He's just such a kick-ass villain. Perfect example of lawful evil. Chippy UFO asks, do you like potato chips / crisps? If so, what flavor is your favorite? Yes, I do. My favorite flavor is salt and vinegar. Or, to upgrade that a notch, sea salt and malt vinegar. Oh yeah, I could go for some right now. Searching for Renoa asks, what color do you associate me with? Feel free to click Ask Followers to use this question yourself. I don't know why, but pink. Toradoshi12 asks, oh dear, what color do you associate me with? Feel free to click Ask Followers to use this question yourself. And he actually asked that twice in a row for some reason. Interesting. Steel gray. I don't know why. You're on! Check out my new profile photo and respond. Me gusta. Lazy Man T asks, what color would you associate yourself with? Blue. Specifically, Pantone Reflex Blue, which is a specific shade of blue. And it's not just 00255 blue. It's a really nice shade of blue. Look it up. Pantone Reflex Blue. Dragode asks, what is your opinion on Let's Plays anywhere in the range of 30 minutes to a full hour? I'd like to know on account of mine are that long. I'm considering shortening them a bit, but at the same time I don't like stopping in the middle of a dungeon. I think that's a bit long. Yeah. I mean, just because you can record videos over 15 minutes doesn't necessarily mean that you should. People's attention spans tend to suck, and I think 20 minutes is really pushing it. I try to keep mine between 15, not much longer than 15. But at the same time, you really should make a video of absolutely as long as you need to. And if you can't find a natural place to stop, then don't. There you go. Okay. Mada Ruad asks, oh right, I've finished Portal 2 2 days and I love them. Every second of it except the hard puzzles, you know them. So have you played Portal 2? If so, what was your favorite and least moment in the game? And how did you think the end song was? I have not played Portal 2 yet, believe it or not. Okay, a whole bunch of questions in a row from Adam. And this door contains nothing. I think you know where this is going. Let's see what's in the door. Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid! Ah. If any thus far, what's been your favorite and most innovative Nintendo DS game? 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Or The World Ends With You. One of those two. Just so you know, about a handful of the anonymous user questions have been me. I clicked it both on purpose and by accident. Okay. Is there anyone or anything you don't trust? Yes, there are some people I totally don't trust, but frankly, you guys have never heard of any of them, so it's all good. Least innovative game for the NES, SNES, Genesis, PS1, N64. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I can't think of anything. I don't tend to categorize things like that. Will you do a CDI game just for fun? You know, I might. I actually plan on doing a Sega CD game pretty soon, so who knows? Did you know you made my Poke Fanatic girlfriend cry by making the mistake that blue is not a guy, green is the rival in first gen, stupid America made it blue for some reason, blue is the female. Okay, did not know that. Wow. Whatevs. Was that really your phone going off at a coincidental time that you made a mistake when you said sword instead of chainsaw? I swear to God and on all the saints that was a total coincidence, which is what makes it extra hilarious. It really was a coincidence. Damn it, Christian asks, do you prefer when games have a villain introduced in the beginning and whose character is built throughout the game/series, or the ominous cloaked in shadow only mentioned by enemies kind that has a kind of hidden danger to it? Definitely the former, because I like my villains to be interesting, and plus then the villain can have like a backstory, and possibly even a tragic backstory. You might even feel for them. Cool. Searching for Renault asks, you're now a professional wrestler. All the staff that you work with needs from you is your theme song and the name of your finisher, the move you hit before the 3 count, unless your finisher is more of the submission variety. Okay, my theme song is the closing credits theme from Super Mario World played at double speed. So it's like... And my finishing move is called Cake Time. When the referee isn't looking, I somehow produce a cake and throw it in the enemy's face. Yeah, there we go. Oh dear. Phantom Savage asks, what color do you associate me with? Feel free to click as follows to use this question yourself. Phantom, I associate you with the color 3 because you're wacky. Left or right? Which one do you pick? Asks Lazy Man T. I pick left. I always pick left. Okay, 2 more questions came in. FanDude41 asks, what state doesn't look down on sodomy? Massachusetts, because we're home to both Provincetown and Northampton. Oh, yeah. If Roberto hates the number 56... 56?! What number does his good twin, if he exists, hate? Fuck. 1 over... The square root of 1 over 56. Yeah, why not? And the Formspring question of the day is... What's your favorite food at a barbecue? Burnt ends. Look it up. And with that, that wraps it up for another marathon session. Oh god, how long has it been? Oh dear, over an hour and 20 minutes. Wow. Well, thank you for watching Doc Sigma the movie. I'll try to get back to doing this on a weekly basis, so until next time, keep your questions coming. www.formspring.me/DocSigma. I'll answer them all unless they're spam or some such nonsense. Until then, this is Doc Sigma signing off. Hope you had a good time. I know I certainly did. See you around, folks. Cheers!